Hello, welcome. Today I'm gonna be doing an update on my physical TBR project. If you don't know, I am trying to go through my physical TBR before I move, and I'm gonna be moving like in 3 months. So, anyways, it's been about a month since I started this. The video on YouTube, I uploaded it on November 15, but that first video I had to re-record because I lost the first footage. Thank you. When that footage that I lost, I recorded it like at the beginning of November, so that's around when I started. So now that is the beginning of December. Here we are. So I didn't go through too many books just because there had been some others that I had started in October that kind of took my time. Plus, I started this channel and I'm still learning a lot, especially editing. Which program do you use? If you do YouTube videos, which program do you use to edit? Because, geez, I downloaded a program and it gave me a lot of trouble. But anyways, I think I'm getting the hang of it and I'm still learning. I just started, so it's bound to happen. Anyways, so yeah, it's been about a month since I started, so I didn't go through too many of my TBR books, but I will just update you on which ones I read from that physical TBR list and just the other ones that I read that I had started on October. So basically, it's an update on that TBR project, but also a what I read in November kind of thing. So, update on the physical TBR project. I from that list I actually just read 3, which is sad because there are 40 books in my physical TBR, and I just read 3, and I only have 2 months left. But I think I'm gonna power through this month. I hope that I read at least 5 more this month, if not more. We'll see. So, in the order that I read them, first I read The Drowned Woods, and I actually really liked it. Like, I liked it a lot, and it was so fun. Definitely, I mean, it's not a must to have read The Bone Houses, but it definitely made little bits of details put into this world that show up in the Bone Houses later. It made it more fun. The thing that happened to me through this book is that as I was reading, I was like, this is like pretty interesting. Like, I'm loving the plot, the story, I'm loving the characters. Why wasn't this a duology? Why wasn't this a duology? Like, I would have loved to get more time with the characters, like this found family. And then we get to like a third of a book in, and something happens. And I'm like, oh, 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 so that's why this is not Dolly. Oh. And then just the plot kept developing. I'm like, oh, 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 I see. So yeah, I retract my opinion that it should have been a duology. I get it now. I when I got to the end, I got why it was just one book, which is totally fine. Honestly, I still really liked it. I did guess one thing that happens at the end with one character. I don't want to give spoilers, but if you want to know, just leave me a comment. Next, I read Winterwood. Winterwood. Oh, sorry. I actually, this one, I liked it and I'm gonna keep it. Winterwood, real quick. I enjoyed it, but I'm still gonna sell it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This one ain't surviving. I I liked Winterwood. It's my first time reading. I forgot again to look up how to pronounce her name. Is it Che? Chi? Miss Earnshaw. Is my first time reading a Miss Earnshaw book, and I enjoyed her writing. It's very darkly poetic. So this, if I can say that, that makes sense. Um, but to me, at least in this book, it got a little bit, just a little bit repetitive for me at some point. But the vibes were still there, and I was still like very into it. I guess my 2 points would be one, I actually predicted everything, which is not like, it's not a critique on the book. I feel like it just, it was sort of like a coincidence that I kind of guessed, like and I mean, when I say that I guessed everything, like I predicted everything that was gonna happen at the end, I mean it, like literally scene by scene. Like, so this is, I don't want to give spoilers, but basically every single twist that happens at the end, even her special ability, even that I predicted from the very beginning. But I still don't hold that up against like Miss Earnshaw or the book, because I honestly feel like it was just, I just happened to guess. Like, I don't know how to put it, but I still think not everyone could guess it. I think it just happened to be that way for me, because since I was trying to analyze it more than I usually analyze a book when I'm reading, I usually just read a book and don't really think too profoundly on what's going on. I'm just like there for the story, right? So I don't really do a lot of the, ooh, so like a lot of theorizing on what's gonna happen. I just read it, right? I hope that makes sense. So because of, since I was doing that, I think that's why it was pretty. I predicted everything, because I was actually like stopping to analyze and to theorize and all of that. The second thing is, I freaking loved these. Like, this was my favorite part from the whole book. This, let me not show too many spoilers. These parts where it's like an excerpt of the spell book, those were my favorite parts. Honestly, I could have read the whole spell book. If she comes out with a spell book, I would read it. And I think that was the other point why I didn't like, I liked it. I was here for the vibes that this book was given, but I didn't fully love it. And that would be the second point, that I would have loved more of that side, of the witchy side of, I always forget the names of these people. Oh no, Nora, yeah. Yeah, I would have loved more of that witchy side of Nora and her background and her family history. I think that was the most fun part for me, story wise. So yeah, still good, especially if you like more of a poetic and darkly eerie vibes. This just has such good vibes. And if you are more of the like maybe a romantic and not so much the story kind of side, I think you would enjoy it. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Next, I finished I Kissed Shara Wheeler. I actually started this like last year, but I stopped because I got into a bit of like a reading slump, and I finally finished it. And I still counted because I only read like 5 6 chapters, and I was saying on my previous video that so far I was finding it like the beginning was a little bit boring for me, and I don't know where I got that from. I think like I think it shows how you really need to be in the mood to read to enjoy things, because like I said, I started this before I got into a reading slump, and I think that's why I was finding it boring. It was not that the book was boring, it's that I was not in the mood. So never force yourself to read something. Basically, I think it's the moral of the story here. So yeah, picked it up, did a very quick reread of those first 6 chapters, and continued, and I ate it up. I ate it up. It was so fun to read, so entertaining. But I will say, am I gonna keep it or not? Honestly, I don't think I will. I love the version. I love when hardcovers have designs on the hardcover itself. And look at this. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. But I didn't super love the book. I had fun, but I didn't super love it. I think the last bit, like after pretty much the plot is solved, there's still a huge chunk of book left, and I think that whole last part kind of dragged. Like the what I was interested in, which was figuring out why she disappeared. That's not a spoiler. Like that's pretty much the summary. Once we figure out why and like how it all happened and all that, I was kind of like ready for it to be over. I knew there were some stuff like character wise that needed to be resolved, but plot wise, I was just like, okay, I got the answers that I needed. I can move on, but the book kept going and going and going, and I just think it could have been wrapped up faster. The ending. It was still hella cute. Don't get me wrong. It was still hella cute, but so I'm unsure if to sell it or not, because even though I had fun, I didn't super love it. But the book is so pretty. Like my brain is saying it's telling me to sell it, but my heart is telling me no. So it's still up in the air, I guess. So those are what I read from the TBR list, just those 3. Next, I am reading from the list. I am reading right now Jade Fire Gold. And I started this like 2 days ago, and I'm going pretty fast through it. I mean, I say I'm going pretty fast, and it's just like that little bit that I've read, but I am loving it so far. It is pretty interesting, and I'm really liking it so far. So for December, you're gonna see this. And then that is for the TBR project, the books that I got through. The other books that I finished in November, real quick. If you haven't seen my review of this, it is up. It is an hour long. It took so much time, and it was such a pain to do. This is the reason that I have like imposter syndrome giving book reviews. This book make me feel like I couldn't review shit. So anyways, I am keeping this book just because I have the other twos, because still like Stephanie Meyer, but I the more that I think about this book, the more that I'm angry at it. Yeah. So I'm just not gonna get back to it again. Just watch the video to see how much I disliked the book. Yeah, just no. I'm sorry, but no, no. Next, been for a couple months. I've actually been going through reading the Haikyuu manga. Haikyuu is my favorite anime, so I've been wanting to read the manga for a while. And thanks to libraries, support your local library. Thanks to my library, I've been going through them little by little. The last one that I read was the 13th volume. And then for audiobooks, I've been reading audiobooks while I walk. And if I do like chores in the house, I put audiobooks, but I actually can't really, I'm not very good with audiobooks. They're not for me. I cannot pay attention, so that's why I only listen to them while walking and doing chores. But that also means that the audiobooks that I like, if I read an audiobook, if I listen to an audiobook, it has to be a book that I have already read before. So what I've been doing, because this is very recent, I've been I don't listen to audiobooks kind of girl for all my life. So it's literally this year that I started listening to audiobooks thanks to Libby and thanks to libraries. Thank you, libraries, again. So, yeah, what I figured out is that I can't listen to audiobooks if I have read the book before. So, what I've been doing is rereading like childhood books or books that I read while I was in high school, series that I don't remember a lot of anymore, or maybe series that I started but that I didn't finish. So that's what I've been doing. So I've been going through Harry Potter, the Lunar Chronicles. I did the Hunger Games, and I am doing the Raven Cycle, which is one that I didn't finish, but I know I read the first three, but I don't remember a thing at all, and I never read the fourth. So for November, I finished Scarlet, which is the second in the Lunar Chronicles series. I did HP, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, but we're not. That's gonna be. Let's go through that. I'm not gonna talk a lot about that series. It's just for personal, like, remembering my childhood, basically. But let's not give a voice to this woman here. So let's move over that. And I finished the Raven Boys, and I'm going through Dream Thieves, but yeah, I haven't finished that one yet. And yeah, so that's it. That's all I read for November. For December, like I said, I hope to read at least 5. If I read more than that, even better. I mean, it's 40 books. It's 40 books. It's a lot. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and watching me. Bye.